Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews, where today I'm diving into The Madness. That is the new conspiracy thriller which is out on Netflix and stars Colman Domingo, that's Oscar-nominated Colman Domingo from Rustin, and Stephen McKinley Henderson from Fences. That's right, it's a Denzel Washington film from a few years back that was truly epic. So let's dive into this latest Netflix original and find out what all the fuss is about. So in this latest Netflix conspiracy thriller, we have Colman Domingo playing Muncie Daniels. He is a media pundit for CNN. He is highly successful, at least on the outside. He seems to have everything made, but as it turns out, things are never quite what they seem in The Madness, as he comes to a point where he is on the cusp of ultimate success. There is a CNN contract in negotiation, and he retires to a woodland retreat to write his latest novel, or even to start writing a book, only for him to find out that his neighbour is about to get gruesomely murdered. That's right, cut up into little bits. Cue the feverish sprint through marshland. There is some fights, there's some flashbacks, and next thing you know, our Oscar nominee is framed for murder and he is on the run. This is the premise, this is how The Madness starts, and it only gets worse from there on in. Let's dig a bit deeper. So what starts as a combination of Enemy of the State, that is the Gene Hackman, Will Smith superior conspiracy thriller from the 90s, I think. And also there are elements of The Fugitive. That's the remake with Harrison Ford, not the original, which was David Kimmel back in the 60s. So there are elements of that, at least in the beginning, and Domingo really does carry this squarely on his shoulders throughout this series. There is some fine support, but ultimately what happens is, aside from Stephen McKinley Henderson, a majority of the supporting roles are underwritten. He does have an ex-wife, he does have estranged children, but they don't really get a look in. There is a sort of like there is an FBI agent who may or may not be on his side. There are a number of other elements thrown in, as well as some white supremacy, some prejudice, some racial angles, and obviously the manipulation through mainstream media. This is ultimately where The Madness goes for the throat and really tries to make a real impact. But unfortunately for me, this is where it also falls down, because there are far too many subplots in this 8-episode series for it to sort of cohesively come together. And ultimately I think what happens is it loses its backbone, it loses its bottle, and it sort of settles for formula, and it drifts towards cliche, as much as that central performance is worth watching, and that I cannot reiterate enough. So on that note, I'm going to dive into my rating. Let's do that. So I'm going to be giving The Madness a 3.5 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. That's right, it's about average, and I can't say it again too much. You need to be invested for the Domingo performance, and from Stephen McKinley Henderson, their scenes together are truly electric. That's as much as I'm going to say, because it's one of those things you need to find out for yourself. On that note, I'm going to dive into my trailer. Let's do that. And so it is, you've reached the end of the video review for The Madness, which is currently streaming on Netflix and stars Oscar nominee Colman Domingo, as well as Stephen McKinley Henderson. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe, so that every Tuesday and every Saturday when I drop another one of these videos literally into your lap, then you'll get a little notification and you can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel and maybe pop over to the Patreon page. Take care. Cheers now. Bye.